hidden scrunch leggings. Kathryn, what does that mean? Well, I don't know if that's the official term for this, but this all started back with the Gymshark x Whitney Simmons legging, and I have them right here because I've saved all of my Gymshark Whitney Simmons leggings. Arguably their best collection, even though I still don't wear it very much. So what a hidden scrunch is it's a little piece of elastic that is sewn into the back rise seam to give you some glute separation. With normal leggings, you have a seam up the back, and at least this is what I do, but I know a lot of people also do it. You kind of like pull that seam up the glutes a little bit just to give yourself a little more glute separation, you know, 2 cheeks instead of 1 unibutt. Personally, I'm not into the saggy unibutt look. Not all unibuts are saggy though, so. This seam just kind of helps that situation out by adding a little elastic, so it just kind of sits between the cheeks without you really having to try too hard. And it also stays up the glutes better than just a normal seam that wasn't really meant to be there in the first place. So I posted a TikTok of the Paragon Sculptseam leggings and sharing those, and you guys wanted to see a whole video of all the hidden scrunch leggings I could find and going over the pros and cons of each one, maybe which one I think is the best. I don't know, everyone has their own taste, so obviously I'm just gonna give pros and cons of each one. Before we get started, if you are new here, make sure to subscribe, it's free, and give the video a thumbs up if you like these kind of collective legging style reviews. We have like 5-ish different brands to try today, including affordable options, because I hate to give a video of all expensive leggings for you guys, because for my girlies on a budget, or if you're just not looking to splurge, we always like to have at least one option. So we're specifically only talking about non-seamless type leggings that have the hidden scrunch. Another thing about the hidden scrunch is that it should not have any fabric gathering in the back. I don't like the typical scrunch style legging that looks like super scrunched up in the back. And I'm also not talking about seamless leggings with a scrunch like the Alphalete Amplify or like Honor Active Effortless. I asked you guys on Instagram to send me any hidden scrunch leggings, and like only 2 of you guys actually understood what I meant. Even though I had the Paragon ones as examples, I feel like I got a lot of leggings that were not the hidden scrunch. So I have the full list for you guys. And as always, we will be going over all of my normal legging metrics with these. You guys know I have my full list at the end of each legging, but we'll be adding a couple metrics to this video because these leggings are a little bit more unique. So what we'll be adding is there any scrunching and gathering? Because personally, I don't want that, because or else it's not like a hidden scrunch, like you can see the scrunch. How well does the seam stay up the glutes? And my test for this is just going to be doing a couple laps around my apartment and then showing a before and after, seeing if it like fell down at all. And how strong is the wedgie feeling? I know some people hate the feeling of like a wedgie. Personally, I've kind of gotten used to wearing a scrunch like Alphalete Amplifies, but those aren't nearly as bad as something like the regular scrunch leggings that can feel like there's like a rope going up your cheeks back there. So we'll be rating how wedgie-like they are. And another thing to note, you kind of have to be wearing either a thong or going commando with these types of leggings, because if you're wearing a full coverage underwear, the seam is not going to go up the cheeks like where it needs to be, just in case, you know, anyone didn't realize that. And without further ado, let's just start off by going over the OG Whitney x Gymshark leggings. These are the V2s. Also, I used a new foundation today and I think it's too dark for me and potentially a little too orange, so. Okay, so these are the Gymshark x Whitney leggings. Yeah, these are definitely the V2s. So these are made of like, kind of like a thin, slightly brushed legging. They're only brushed on the outside. The inside is not really brushed. They have like a kind of double thickness waistband with this like power mesh to provide a little compression. There is a little tiny seam at the top, but it doesn't feel like a normal like top seam band, so I'm gonna consider this seamless at the top just for that reason. We have the Whitney Simmons logo here, no front seam. We have a little extended crotch gusset here, little laser cut detailing in the back, some double contoured glute seams, and then we see the hidden scrunch. So that is what the hidden scrunch looks like when it's not on. So you can see it definitely has a little bit of scrunchiness, but once you put it on, you don't see that. And then here is the inside. You can see on that back rise seam, there is an elastic sewn in, so it helps the leggings situate up between the cheeks, okay? That's where we like them to be. At least that's where I like them to be. So let's try these on. Okay, so here are the Whitney x Gymshark V2 leggings. So these are the first leggings really with that scrunch. So I'm gonna give these medium to high rise because I have worn these to the gym and the rise just doesn't feel very high when I wear them, and I do kind of feel like they try to slide down a little bit, and by the end of my workout, we're kind of like, you know, we're showing the belly button, and I like to have her covered. So we're going with medium to high. We do have a little waistband compression here because it has that little power mesh in there, but in terms of the lower tummy control, not a lot of that. No front seam. I know I'm not the only one who deals with this, but with these leggings, I do kind of feel like they're a little bit uncomfortable in the crotch area sometimes, and definitely like to settle up there. So they're like a light to medium thickness. I'd say medium compression just because they do kind of have like an end point to their stretch. And while these are a size small, and I would say mostly true to size, they do run a teeny bit small. So definitely was a legging that I suggested sizing up in. These are no longer available, by the way, but she has brought back a couple of her leggings, so just in case they ever come back. We're just kind of using this to compare the future leggings. These just definitely are not very tall girl friendly. They're probably like a 24, 25 inch inseam. Then we get to the back, and these definitely are not the most scrunchy of the hidden scrunch leggings. So we at least don't have any fabric gathering, and you can see we do get a little extra separation of the glutes here, but it doesn't really like sit between the cheeks. It just kind of brings it in a teeny bit so you don't have like flat across, but it doesn't really sit up between the glutes like some of the future leggings will. So just keep that in mind. That being said, these really don't feel like a wedgie at all, so very low on the wedgie feeling. Again, no scrunching. These are still medium to high on the booty scale because they do go above the glutes, contour a little bit. I'm not going to get a lot of cellulite coverage in these. These are pretty thin. And like I said, I could walk around a little more, but these don't stay up like super well. So I mean, they definitely don't fall down like too much, but they don't stay up quite where I want them to be. So we'll give them like a medium on that. And I just walked around a little bit, and you can see my belly button's already starting to show. So if they're sliding down altogether, they're going to be sliding out of the glutes a little bit. So yeah, that is it for the first pair. Actually, let's just show the full length real quick. Next pair of leggings, the leggings that kind of inspired this video, are the Paragon Sculptseam leggings. So if you're familiar with my channel, you know that we have reviewed Paragon once before, and that was when the company was quite different. These leggings cannot be found on AliExpress, Amazon, to my knowledge, and from my searching, these are original leggings. Paragon has definitely changed a lot since I filmed that review. I wouldn't be talking about these if that was the same situation, and I hope you guys would know that. So these are the Paragon Sculptseam leggings. I have the regular and the pocket version, but these have a hidden scrunch. Anyways, I'm wearing a size small in these. These are the Sculptseam naked leggings. They're very thin. A lot of you guys were concerned about the squat proofness of these, so I will test that out, but they're made of a very lightweight legging. Based on the website photos, I thought these were going to be more of a sleek performance material, but they're sleek on the inside, but they are brushed on the outside, so they actually are pretty soft. Here is the outside of the leggings, just like a light brushness, but they are actually pretty soft to the touch. They're a very classic shape. They are just seamless at the top, as you can see, very stretchy. No top band, no front seam, and they just have kind of a slight glute contour seam with the Paragon logo back here. And here's a close-up. From holding them up, you wouldn't really think that they have the hidden scrunch, but when you look inside, you can see the back rise seam is actually an elastic, and it's got that stretch to it. So let's try these on. Okay, I just quickly wanted to show the process of getting these on. So this is just right after I slid them on, and then I always gather up the fabric a little bit and pull it back into the glutes, and boom, look at that. The seam is separating the cheeks, guys. These are like truly one of the lightest weight, stretchy, naked feel leggings I've tried, and I just feel like that is the perfect legging for this kind of scrunch thing. So I am actually a big fan of these. So starting off with the rise, we got a nice high rise. Everything is a light compression, so if you're into super light compression, naked feel, that'll be these. No front seam, and this one's also really not uncomfortable in the front just because they're such a stretchy legging that there's not going to be much like settling into the bits. That's another reason why I like a very stretchy legging. They are slightly brushed, so we'll collect a little bit of pet fur, but these are not like huge pet fur magnets compared to some of the other leggings like the Stacci Serendipity leggings. Those are really holding on to pet fur. These are just kind of like moderate. Because these are so thin in lighter colors, you will not get a lot of cellulite coverage. I think that these would actually be good for performance workouts too. They just feel like really lightweight, good summer legging as well because they're not super heavy. Then we have the Sculptseam. So these are actually going to get a high on the booty scale. These seams really sit well above the glutes. They're just so naked feel that you can just like really situate them up the glutes, and that little elastic seam just kind of holds them where they need to be. And you can see compared to the Whitney leggings, which just kind of like allowed for like a little bit of contouring, this one really goes up and sits between the cheeks. So this one is very flattering. They could be longer. I don't know if they come in multiple lengths. Let's do a little full length view here. So again, I'm 5'9". These do come in multiple colors. I just have the black ones, but yeah, I think everyone needs to start making leggings with a little seam like this. Just putting that out there. Again, there's really no gathering. There was no gathering even before I put these on. So you're really not at risk of like a scrunched look with these leggings. And the wedgie feeling is really not bad at all. Like it's nothing even close to like Athlete Amplify, which I already don't mind. I know some people do. These really don't feel like that. And let's do a little before and after walking around my apartment. So let's get her settled in. Okay, this is before. And this is after walking around a little bit. Definitely still sitting up there, maybe not quite as much, but I would say that it still looks good and it's still doing the job. Everyone was worried about how squat proof these were. I don't know, I saw someone do this the other day. They put like a little sticker in there. I don't see it. I think that they're just fine. Maybe not in like lighter colors, but like don't expect yellow leggings to be squat proof, guys. They never are. Okay, final thoughts. I did wear these leggings to the gym for a test, and I think that the Sculptseam could be a little bit tighter. So when I wear Athlete Amplifies, the scrunch throughout the workout, it like settles more and more into the glutes so that it's even more flattering at the end of the workout than at the beginning because it just has like settled right into the right spot. But for the Sculptseam leggings, I did definitely feel like at the end of the workout, the seam had fallen out of the glutes a little bit. So it's definitely still more enhanced than a regular legging that does not have the seam, but it is not going to stay up quite as much as something like an Amplify scrunch. But you know, it's a different type of legging. So if you're looking for something just to enhance a little more and not quite give you that whole like a wedgie feeling, then it's still there. But I feel like the elastic could be almost scrunched a little bit more so that when you put it on, it kind of stays up there more. My one thing about the Paragon leggings is I think that they're like a 24-inch inseam. Not long enough, guys. Like those are like capris on me, and I do not like capris. So not all of the legging website descriptions today mentioned the fact that there was like a hidden scrunch or anything, but if they do have anything on the website, I will share it with you guys. So for the Paragon Sculptseam, this is the description. It says, Sculptseam is a thin piece of elastic sewn into the center back rise of our new leggings and shorts. Sculptseam pulls the garment fabric between your glutes, which causes your booty to look more round and defined. Exactly what the whole point of this video is. So that's the definition for Paragon Sculptseam. Okay, moving on to Stacci, I think is how you say it. So this is the new activewear brand by Instagram influencer Lynn Lowe's. She's a personal trainer, cancer survivor. I just did a review on her brand, or it's coming after this. I haven't decided the order in which I'll be posting them yet, but you guys told me that a couple of her leggings had this little hidden seam. We were mostly going to be focusing on the Serendipity leggings, so we'll start out with those. But the Nori velvet leggings I actually prefer. So let's start out with the Serendipity leggings. So in the description of the Serendipity leggings, it says the Serendipity collection bottom pieces have an added elastic booty seam to really highlight and hug your glutes in the most flattering way without scrunching the fabric. See, hidden scrunch, no scrunching. So I got a size small in these. They're a little pricier than the Paragon ones at $68. So they're definitely made of a thicker, kind of more structured brushed material. And I don't love the material. We'll see after we try it on, but super thick, long waistband in the front here gives you a little lower tummy control. No top band, no front seam, logo in the back, as well as some very curved, just like slightly contouring glute seams. And we can see the scrunch going on. This looks a little more similar to the Whitney Simmons ones where you can see the actual scrunch. And then here is the view from the inside. You can see that we have that elastic up the back rise seam. let's try these on. Okay, so here are the Stacci Serendipity leggings. The more I wear these, the more I put them on, the less I like them. I feel like they were going in the right direction, but this is a fairly new brand, and I just feel like this fabric isn't really it. It's really soft to the touch, and that's nice, but it's just like too thick and stiff. Like I feel a lot of tightness in my knees. When I bend my knees, I feel it like in the glutes. I think it even squishes down a little bit, and just like get like a weird crotch thing. So definitely not my fave, but I love that they do have lots of lower tummy control. This waistband is really long. No top band, no front seam, but again, still do have a little bit of an issue there. Compression overall is about a medium. It's not like super crazy, but I feel like a lot of it just comes from the fact that it's just not quite stretchy enough. And then let's move on to the back. First of all, we will actually get a pretty good amount of cellulite coverage here. They're a thicker legging, they're brushed, so going to be pretty cellulite friendly. And then we have the glute seams, the little curved seams. They do go above the glutes. They still deserve like a medium high on the booty scale, but the internal scrunch here, because the fabric is so thick, it just doesn't really work because you can't really pull the fabric up between the glutes like something like the Paragon ones. So I also, although I definitely could not fit into an extra small, still get like a little bit of wrinkling of the fabric there, and I would like something a little more seamless. And again, just like definitely a little bit of contouring around the glutes, but far from like that like super contoured two cheek kind of separation. I will put the inseam on the screen, but these are definitely longer than most. Like they kind of feel like they're about like 27, 28 inch inseam. And let's do a little before and after. Let's get these nice and situated. So here's our before walking, and here is after walking. You guys can make your own judgments. I mean, it's still like pretty much there. I would say maybe lost a little bit, but it was never super up there to begin with, so. And these were not originally planned to be in the video. I didn't know they had the seam until I was doing the review yesterday, but the Stacci Nori velvet leggings. So I actually got these in an extra small. Everything else today is a small. And these leggings are made of a like super plush, marled, brushed fabric, very similar to Petula Bear, Aloe Yoga, Aloe Soft, and Beyond Yoga Space Dye. I always mix that up. But here's a close-up of the fabric. Super soft, a little more leaning towards lounge, but personally I wear this type of legging to the gym. These ones have an interesting waistband. It's kind of like a V taper. It also V tapers in the back, which I'm a little mixed on. It does have a top elastic, so a little bummed about that. Tapers down in the front, no front seam though, and then you can see the scrunch in the back. Similar to the Whitney's, it does kind of scrunch up, and then we have that back rise seam with the elastic. This one looks like it's a little bit shorter than some of the others, which might be why it really just scrunched up really well, as we'll see. So let's try it on. Okay, here are the second pair of Stacci leggings. So these are actually an extra small. They didn't have a small on the website, so I just had to size down to an extra small, which works out everywhere really well, except for there is a pretty strong little top elastic here. So it's hitting me right at the smallest point of my waist, but just, you know, keep in mind, I don't feel like anyone really loves these top bands. Anyways, got a little V waistband, no front seam. I'm not getting that same like crotch discomfort because this material is just so much more soft, stretchy, just a better material. So it's a little more naked feel, but these will have more cellulite coverage than the Paragon ones because they have a little marl to them and a little extra brushed. So just like a slightly thicker. And we go around to the back, and this one, out of all of them today, definitely has a teeny bit of a wedgy feeling. So it's still like pretty low compared to most scrunch leggings, but I'm still getting a little bit of a wedgy feeling. And I wanted to say that this one didn't have any gathering, but I will leave that up to you guys. I feel like it might have the tiniest bit, but I don't know if it's even enough to say that it is. Anyways, definitely high on the booty scale. All the seams are going well above the glutes and everything. Again, I'm not sure how I feel about this like intentional dip down in the waistband. It doesn't really look intentional, so I don't know. But yeah, definitely super flattering. This one I know is gonna stay up the glutes. Like this one is probably contouring just as much, if not more, than the Paragon Sculptseam ones. It's really going between the cheeks. So we're getting definitely high on the booty scale, a little bit of wedginess, and let's see, this is our before. Let's see if it moves around at all when I walk. All right, and here is our after. I really don't think this moved around at all. Still definitely feeling a lot of glute separation with this one. So these leggings are not perfect. I really am not in love with the waistband, but the fabric and the glute seam are doing good things. Next, we did already talk about a pair of Gymshark leggings, but as I was getting ready to do this review, Gymshark came out with the Legacy leggings again. I mean, they've had the Legacy leggings before, but I don't know if these are new or updated. I really don't stay too on top of Gymshark stuff. You guys know I just don't really wear Gymshark anymore. I don't really feel like it's very flattering on me, but I saw Whitney wearing these and she looked so cute in the pink, so we had to try it. So these are the Gymshark Legacy leggings. Got a size small, my normal Gymshark size. Again, kind of thick waistband up in the front here, seamless waistband, very, very slightly brushed. They kind of feel similar to the Whitney leggings, except I think these are like a little bit heavier. Slightly extended gusset in the front, no front seam. And the website on these ones actually did not even mention the internal seam or anything. Yeah, didn't even mention it in the description of the leggings. Like, I just feel like they write out all these descriptions like, oh, heat seal logo, things like that. Like, no one cares about the heat seal logo, but it'd be nice if you said that there's an elastic up the back rise seam. Like, that just seems like an important thing to mention. I don't know, like, why would you have a scrunch legging and not mention that it's a scrunch? In general, I think legging brands really need to work on their descriptions. Like, put the inseams on the website. Anyways, we have some little details in the back here. We have a Gymshark lifting club little logo situation, some contoured V-tapered glute seams, and then we can see the scrunch going up the back. And I imagine this will be nearly identical to the Whitney one. But yeah, we can see here they have that elastic seam. So Gymshark, I feel like, never really makes their leggings long enough. They're definitely aimed towards the shorter gals. So they end up being kind of awkwardly short on me. Anyways, let's try these on. Okay, so here are the Gymshark Legacy leggings. Definitely feel like a higher rise than the Whitney leggings. We have much longer waistband section too. So no top band or seam or anything on these, no front seam. Potentially, it's doing okay right now. But yeah, definitely gonna get some lower tummy control with this longer waistband. The more I feel them, the more of a sleek material they really feel like. So I would say that these are kind of more performance. I think because these are a little more performance, I can just feel they're not staying up super well. Like I'll try to get them between the glutes and then a couple steps later, it's back out again. So I don't think that these will stay up super well. The seams do go above the glutes regardless, so they'll still get medium high in the booty scale. We definitely still do get a little bit of contouring. Again, pretty similar to the Whitney Simmons leggings, although I think the Whitney leggings do just like a little bit better. Got that big logo here. I'm not a huge fan, but at least it's in the same kind of like tonal color, so it's not too distracting. Probably not a ton of cellulite coverage. These are kind of more like a medium thickness, medium compression, but I just find the performance leggings like don't often hide cellulite very well. And yeah, here's the seam again. Like I just can't really get a lot of separation. It just kind of falls right out as soon as I do. So I think that the seam is helpful in not creating a tonal unibutt, so obviously better than nothing, but it's not doing quite as much as some of the other leggings today. That being said, really no wedgie feeling at all. And while like maybe if I pull a ton of fabric, I get a teeny little wrinkle, I would say overall really no scrunching or fabric gathering. Let's do the full length. These are again pretty short, kind of like the Whitney leggings. I feel like Gymshark, they just do like a 23-inch inseam or something, like just not very long. Or I guess they measure in centimeters. The British, you know. Okay, let's try to get these to look where we want them to be. Okay, so this is before, and I'm gonna go walk around. And here's the after. Definitely far from like saggy, of course, but I just don't think quite as much as maybe some of the other ones. And as promised, our affordable option. You guys knew it was coming if you know this channel, but the Tom Tiger leggings. I got the Tom Tiger biker shorts and the Tom Tiger leggings. These are both available on Amazon, and they definitely are like resembling the Whitney Simmons collection. So I got a small in the shorts, and just a little overview. We have a kind of seamless waistband. It does still have that same like little seam that the Whitney ones do, but it doesn't cut into you, no front seam. These ones are more of like a sleek performance material. They're very lightweight, very light compression. They have that scrunch up the back. So I actually sized down to an extra small in the leggings because sometimes I feel like with the small, the scrunch is like too scrunchy, and the fabric doesn't really get filled out by my glutes enough. So I end up with some extra fabric that kind of scrunches up. And as we talked about in this video, that's not what I'm looking for. So I did size down to an extra small just in the leggings. So we'll be able to compare these small shorts and the extra small leggings. Okay, so quick little overview of the Tom Tiger shorts before we move on to the leggings. So these are a size small. I probably couldn't do an extra small in the shorts just because, I don't know, I always feel like I need a little extra room in the shorts, but nice biker length. So I think that these are about a 6-inch inseam. Definitely thick thigh friendly. Love that about the Tom Tiger shorts. They're just super, super stretchy. They are kind of sleek material, so I'm not going to collect pet fur. These are a little bit more high rise in my opinion than the Whitney ones, but very similar waistband. It's got that little mesh in there, no front seam. These are stretchier though, so I don't get that same like discomfort in the crotch as the Gymshark ones. And then we go to the back and I just feel like you get a little bit of gathering up here, and that's what I'm trying to avoid. So we'll see if we get rid of that in the extra small leggings, but otherwise seams go well. But the glutes, they deserve at least a medium high on the booty scale. Definitely very flattering. Probably not a lot of cellulite coverage just because they are on the thinner side. And then overall compression is like light to medium. While they are very stretchy and lightweight, they don't have the same like naked feel stretch as the Paragon ones. So I just don't feel like they sit up between the glutes like quite as much. The leggings are $27 on Amazon, but they do often have sales and you can get them for like $20, $22. So yeah, these are the extra smalls, and I got these ones with the no laser cut detail. So this is just a little Tom Tiger logo and we have no laser cut detail. I think that's my preferred look. And then you can see the little scrunch here. And here's the scrunch from the inside. Got that elastic going. Let's give these a try. Okay, so here are the extra small Tom Tiger leggings. With the extra small, I actually do feel like this is a slightly better size for me. So the waistband is not too tight, still getting a little more compression overall though. So as opposed to like a light compression in the small, the extra smalls are feeling more like light to medium compression. Still not a ton. No front seam, nice high rise. And again, it does have a teeny seam at the top, but it really does not cut in. I will say the trade-off with sizing down is that I am like definitely getting some discomfort in the crotch here. So, you know, pick your battles, but not everyone gets that. Occasionally I do get that with no front seam leggings, just kind of depends. Slightly extended gusset down here, sleek material, and then we move on to the back, and I think that this solved the scrunch issue, guys. I am not seeing any gathering of the fabric, so just something to note. I'm not getting quite as much separation as the Paragon leggings, but I would say that this is still pretty good and definitely improved from a normal legging that doesn't have any sort of scrunch. So definitely get a little bit of contouring of the glutes there. I'd say definitely medium high on the booty scale. Got the nice curved seams up there. Not going to be super cellulite friendly though. These definitely are on the thin side, but if you're looking for a more like performance legging, a lot of the leggings today were brushed and soft. This one is going to be more pet fur resistant. Also is the most affordable option, and it still looks really good. In terms of the wedgie, I really don't feel like any wedgie in this. And let's see if it stays in place. So let's get it where we want it to be. Okay, so this is before. Okay, and this is after walking around. I think that stayed up actually really well. So I have worn Tom Tigers to work out in before and didn't notice a lot of sliding. So I'm saying that these are approved. Okay guys, so that is all of the hidden scrunch leggings I have for you. This isn't like a typical haul video, so I won't be doing like keep or return, but maybe a little recap. By the way, I didn't mention this in the beginning, but every single pair of these was purchased myself. This is completely non-sponsored, but I think that the Paragon ones might be my favorite. Guys, we never thought we'd be going back to Paragon. As someone who really loves a naked feel legging, I really liked those, and I think that they had probably the best scrunch. I think their elastic could actually be like maybe even a little bit tighter, but you know, different options for different people. I think second place probably goes to the Tom Tigers. I always really like those. They're affordable. That's an extra bonus. I think that Stacci is kind of getting there. I really like that they're incorporating the seam, but I think that they could do a little work with some of their designs and fabrics. Again, they're a very new brand. And then Gymshark just I don't know, their fabrics also never really quite appeal to me. But if you like kind of a less obvious scrunch, not that any of the others were very obvious, but the Gymshark ones just kind of like very slightly gave a contour, didn't really go like all the way up the glutes. So thank you guys so much for watching. If you have any other video suggestions of like, you know, the top 5 whatever leggings of any category, let me know in the comments down below and we'll see what I can do. Again, if you're not subscribed and you made it this far, make sure to do so. Thank you guys so much for watching and I'll see you next time. Bye!